Welcome. We are visiting the provisions of the values of the Constitution of India. As a student of Constitution of India, one is to the first through the preamble itself, and the values of the preambles shall be visited simultaneously in context of each and every article of the Constitution of India. We as students of law shall approach the Constitution in such a way that the values of the preamble are fully imbibed by us, and we have to be conscious about the way these values are reflecting in the substantive provisions of the Constitution. So, first step which one shall take is that one should have a globe on one's table. One shall have a map of India as well in front of oneself. Then one shall think about the Constituent Assembly, how the proceedings of Constituent Assembly have progressed in the background of the political scenario and other events of the times. For it, we have to phase it a period 1945 to 1947, then from 1947 to 1950, 15th August 1947 to 26th of January 1950 is the phase which deserves to be visited minutely. Period 1945 to 47 is one phase which is to be absorbed for its values of reality. And then the second phase is from 15th August 1947 to 26th of January 1950. Then we have to visit the third phase, 1950 to 1952, when the first elections were conducted under the apparatus of the Constitution of India. Thereafter, we have to visit the phase up till 1956 when states were reorganized. The states were organized on the concept of languages, linguistic basis of organization of the states. Two basic features which reflect in Article 1 itself are India, that is Bharat, and India as a union of states. To have appreciation of India, that is Bharat, we have not to restrict ourselves only up till the British India period, which begins from 1857. So 1857 to 1947 as such is a British India period. So India, that is Bharat, if it is not mentioned as India, that is Bharat, and if it would have been mentioned only India, it might have given the impression that India is as has been the British India. India, that is Bharat, takes us much beyond, even prior to the Christian era itself. It takes us to the ancient times. Therefore, we as students of Constitution of India, when will be parallel with the values of India, that is Bharat, we will be having before us the very long period of existence phenomenon as India, that is Bharat. The other aspect of the Article 1 itself, the Union of States, will when take us to 1957, then it will confront us the reality which was faced by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and his exercise to organize India as Union of States, the merger of kingdoms, the Nawabs, etc., into India, and transformation of the political map of Indian territory as India as Union of States. It even will take us back to the first war of independence, of which take us up till 1857, and then it will take us to how the Indian territory was divided into different kingdoms. It will take us to the golden period of India, of Gupta era, and even much beyond, the role of Chanakya in making India as a consolidated, unified, big state. And even prior to that, we will know the values of the state, the art of state administration, etc., etc. Therefore, the students of Constitution, as we place ourselves in that position, will bring us face to face with all these values. The second principle which we shall adopt while we shall be learning about the values of the Constitution of India are the constitutional amendments since the date of its adoption. More than 100 amendments have taken place. We have to be sequentially through them. We have to imbibe the values of each and every amendment in the Constitution. And then simultaneously, for proper appreciation, we shall be through the Supreme Court Constitution bench authorities. Under the scheme of constitutional apparatus of our Constitution, the last word of interpretation flows from the pen of the judges of the Supreme Court. Therefore, the Constitution amendments as legislative acts and the Supreme Court authorities as the judicial seal upon the law as it is being accepted as per the values of the Constitution of India. The third thing which we have to visit, which we have to imbibe, of which we can take shelter, or is the constitutional law commentaries. So let us enlist, or we shall have at least one or two such commentaries on our table. It is only in terms of it we will be remaining ever conscious as to how the values which are lively as Constitution of India are in reality giving us peace and bliss as we desire under the Constitution of India. Thereafter, the fourth principle, fourth aspect, the fourth step which we shall take is that we shall have the philosophical thoughts of Indian jurists. The stress upon this fourth source is, as Constitution provides, that distinguished jurists can be entrusted the responsibilities of office and court of Supreme Court judge. Once we will be having these four sources before us, firstly, the Constitution amendments, secondly, the Constitution bench authorities, thirdly, the Constitution commentaries, and fourth, the philosophical enrichment of the Indian jurists, then we can say that yes, we are consciously parallel with the values of our Constitution. It is in this background we have to visit the relationship of India vis-a-vis the world order through UNO Charter. So UNO Charter and the Constitution of India deserve to be approached simultaneously. The values of the UNO Charter and values of the Constitution of India deserve to be tabulated, and same deserve to be imbibed simultaneously. It is this study which will further help us appreciate as to how the UNO Charter itself deserves to be updated. In fact, the UNO Charter, because of its inherent historical limitations, is and has become outdated. It deserves to be made parallel with the existing reality, particularly in the context of the importance and role of India. India, that is Bharat, has much to contribute for the welfare of the humanity. Humanity, as at present, is divided into different polities, different countries under different constitutions, and the UNO Charter remaining stagnant as it is causing much strain. The existence of humanity as such, because of such strains of the constitutions and charter, deserve to be revisited, and same are to be revisited, particularly in the background of India, that is Bharat. Therefore, the intellectual continuity, the fundamental intellectual unity of human mind deserves to be at the natural pedestal platform of ancient values. These aspects, as these are very much relevant while we will be visiting the values of the Constitution of India. In the context, we also shall have a clear vision of core of the Constitution. Our Supreme Court, while interpreting the power to amend the Constitution has laid down the principle that there is a valuable core of the Constitution which cannot be amended. So the limitation to amend the Constitution in itself is the basic value of the Constitution of India, which as well deserves to be imbibed fully. Then naturally the question arises, which values constitute the core of the values reservoir of the text of the Constitution of India? It is here where we shall have a pause. We shall pose to ourselves as to what is going to be the touchstone in terms of which we have to glimpse the values of the Constitution of India, and which values out of the same constitute the core of this values reservoir. Once we will be face to face with this core, once we will be imbibing this core values set, then and only then we can say that yes, we are the students of the Constitution of India. Therefore, the primary visit to the values of the Constitution of India be taken as a visit to the core reservoir of the values of the Constitution of India. So each one of us shall have one's own constitutional values referencer. One shall compile values referencer. Values referencer of the Constitution of India is going to be our final grasp of this aspect. Therefore, the text as a written text deserves to be approached for its first plain, natural meanings. Then these natural meanings deserve to be approached for the values lively within these meanings. And it is only thereafter that we will be face to face with the core reservoir of these values lively within the meanings of the words of the text of the Constitution of India. Therefore, we shall sit comfortably, permit the mind to transcend through the text to reach at their meanings, and as inner fold of the values of these meanings, of these words, of this text, one's mind will be parallel with the format of the values lively within the meanings of the words of this text of this Constitution. Then a phenomenon will happen. Consciousness will come into play. The consciousness base of the intelligence field created by the mind will come into play. It is this consciousness foundation of the intelligence which will bring us face to face with the core of the values lively within our constitution. It is with imbibing of this core reservoir of the values of the constitution that we will be having India, that is Bharat, of values, wisdom, experience, expectations, ideals, and all that. Thank you very much.